Hey everyone, this is Roscoe2, and today I thought I'd do a review on the Garrett Propointer. Now this pinpointer came out in the fall of 2008, and I've had this particular one since December 2008. Now what Garrett really did with this pinpointer is set the standard for modern day pinpointers. They set the standard with the design, the features, and even the quality of the build. Now starting off with the design. Basically all modern day pinpointers that come out have been in the last 5 years have had the same basic design. That includes the Minelab, the Nokta, which no one really buys, but it has the same basic design, and it even includes the new whites that's about to come out. Now I'm not saying that they're copying or anything, but they have listened to what the consumers want, and the consumers want this design. Now I know what everybody's wondering, okay, what is the price of the Garrett Propointer? Well, the price is actually about $127 generally. Now, it can fluctuate between $127 and $117, and I've even heard of it going a little bit lower than $117. But generally, it's about $127. Now we're going to talk about the features of the Garrett Propointer. First of all, let's talk about the one-touch on and off switch. The on and off switch is right here. All you have to do is hit the button once, and it beeps twice and turns itself on. Hit it once more and it does one more beep and turns itself off. Another way to tell if it's on or not is to simply look to see if the little light comes on right there. See, it was on right there until I let go of the button, and you could tell by the little light that's there. Now the light is another feature of the Garrett Propointer, and it helps you, if it's dark or if the hole is dark, it helps you figure out where the target is. Next feature we're going to talk about is the actual detection wand. Now the Propointer can detect metal from here, where the light ends, all the way to the tip. It's 360-degree detection. Now generally you're going to want to use the tip, because the tip allows you to move it around much easier than if you were just using the sides of the Propointer. Another feature that it has is both audio and vibration detection. Now what I mean by that is this. You can see we have the Propointer on. You can see now we're going to do audio. Of course it's making noise, and it knows that the piece of metal is there. But at the same time, it also vibrates in my hand when I do that. You can hear it vibrating right there. The closer the target gets, the more it vibrates until it does a steady hum. Another feature that the Garrett Propointer has is the scraper along the top. Now this actually does come in handy when you're moving it around in the hole, because it doesn't get stuck as much, and you can just scrape the dart out of the way as you're digging for a target. Now I wouldn't advise using this as a digging tool, but if you just need to scrape a little bit to get the target out, then it'll do fine. Now I do believe that the scraper is actually patented by Garrett, which is why you don't see it on other pinpointers that have the same basic design. The next feature I'd like to talk about is the speaker hole. Now for many that use the Garrett Propointer, it's both a blessing and a curse. What I mean by that is that although it lets out a very audible signal so that you have to be deaf not to hear it, at the same time it's one of the main things that does not allow the Propointer to be waterproof. Now people have found many different ways to fix that, such as putting silicone in it so that the Propointer will be basically fully waterproof, and they've also put tape around the Propointer because they don't like to hear it that much. They just rather use the vibrate feature. The Propointer does not have a switch to change between vibrating and audio. Whenever it's on, it uses both of them. Now some of the other companies that have come out with pinpointers of the same basic design have developed a switch so that you can change audio to vibration. The Propointer, however, cannot do that. Now, also important is to talk about what battery the Propointer uses. Now the battery is located just on the opposite end of the detection tip, and it can be accessed by unscrewing this cap. It uses one 9-volt battery, and it's simple to install. All you have to do is just put it in there like that, screw the cap back on, and you're done. The final feature we're going to talk about is the actual detection depth. Now, from bench tests that I've done, as well as 5 years of in the field experience, I've come to realize that depending on the size of the target, the Propointer can usually pick it up from 1 1/4 of an inch away to 2 inches away. Now 2 inches away is going to be a larger target, but 1 1/4 of an inch is when you start to get the signal for things such as a dime. Now a target like this, I would expect maybe you'd get maybe a little bit more than 1 1/4 of an inch, but generally anything from a dime up to a quarter is 1 1/4 of an inch. maybe 1 1/2 of an inch, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Obviously, with a pinpointer, you don't want to be picking up a target 5 inches away, because then you're going to have to dig 5 inches in that direction. Hopefully, you're able to pinpoint well enough with your own metal detector so that you don't need a pinpointer that can dig up 5 inches away. Okay, but let's bring up one more category that I want to talk about, and that is wear and tear of the Garrett Propointer. Now, with 5 years of use, mine has obviously taken some abuse, and it's got some wear and tear on it. Now, the main area of wear and tear on my Propointer is the actual bottom of the target nub. As you can see, it's been worn down quite a bit. Now, not anywhere near enough that it would have any effect on it, but you can just tell that it's been worn down from all the years of me putting it in there and using it to find the target. Another type of wear and tear that you'll see on it is cosmetically. As you can see, the Garrett Propointer, it used to be painted, have yellow paint on it on both of the Garrett and the Propointer. Of course, over time that's going to come off. Another part of wear and tear that you're going to see on the Garrett Propointer over time is just all the scratches that come into it. You can see also on the scraper you have scratches and grooves. Nothing serious, just cosmetic. It's not going to have any effect on it. You can also see from the speaker hole you have some dart that gets in there, and it kind of does a little bit of wear and tear on the speakers, but nothing that's going to affect it. This thing has still got a very loud tone, as you can hear. The final thing I'd like to bring up about wear and tear on the Propointer has to do with the battery holder. Now, over time, the battery started to lose connection to the actual pinpointer, which means that I had to figure out a way how to tighten it down. And what I did was I basically put a little footstool cover for the bottom of a footstool into the Garrett Propointer's battery cap, and then that has been able to give enough pressure to keep the battery in there without it turning itself on and off over time. Let's talk about what comes with the Garrett Propointer. Obviously, you get the Garrett Propointer, but you also get a carrying sleeve for your belt. As you can see, it's very easy to attach. You can just unhook the button and clip it over your belt. Other than that, what you get is the box, which can be used as an instruction manual, which I don't have anymore, and also the instruction manual. So those are the 4 things that actually come with the Garrett Propointer.